Hi, good evening. How you doing? It's Jim. It's time for the rundown of your favourite videos that Jim has made in 2022. Now, I've got to start this off with a bit of a... just say there's some tracks, some nominations I've had to disqualify because they were actually not this year at all. There was several that were in 2021. In fact, one that went back all the way to 2018. So maybe you saw the videos this year, but because I didn't make them, they don't count. So we're having to discount, I'm afraid. Your Wilderness by the Pineapple Thief. Going for the One by Yes. Yes by Yes. Tales from Topographic Ocean from Yes. And Frost, Million Town. So all those... although popular and had votes, I'm afraid are not going to be able to be counted in this rundown because this is purely for 2022. Now, I also have a lot of honourable mentions, so I'm going to whiz through these and not rank these at all because they are just got one or two votes, or 1 or 2 points, I should say, each, and they are as follows. So we had Grateful Dead, Terrapin Station, Devon Townsend Lightwork, Jeff's Prize, live at Montreux, that's Yes, UK with their album UK, listen through of Power Slave by Iron Maiden, my chat with Doug Helvering, that only got a random point allocated to it, Number of the Beast from Iron Maiden had a single point, variations on a theme from the Pineapple Thief, Blood Incantation, the first side of, I can't remember what the album was called, but the track was called I.O. Caravan in the Land of the Grey and Pink, Jim's Rant, Vinyl is for Snobs, Frank Zappa, Joe's Garage, the greatest prog album of all time, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Barclay James Harvest, Gone to Earth, Jethro Tull, Thick as a Brick, the Download Festival recap, Murder Machines from Marillion, Coma Divine by Porcupine Tree, Nectar, Remember the Future, Of the New Day by Porcupine Tree, and Deloused in the Comatorium by the Mars Volta. In fact, I think that actually was disqualified as well because that was right at the end of... it was actually about a year ago. It was just at the end of 2021. So I've had to disqualify that as well. So sadly, none of those videos are going to make it into the top 30, which is where we're at now. So without any further ado, because that's what you have to say when you make a list or a video or anything on the internet, isn't it? Without further ado, without further ado, without further ado. That's what they all say. Without further ado, let's get into this.
I went up there, I said, "Shrink, I want to kill. And I want to kill. I want to see blood and gore and guts and veins in my teeth. Eat dead, burnt bodies. I mean, kill. And I started jumping up and down, yelling, kill. And it started jumping up and down with me, and we was both jumping up and down, yelling, kill. And the sergeant came over, pinned the medal on me, set me down the hall, said, "You're our boy." And you feel too good about it.
And today is the day that I listen to your music. These keyboard parts are wicked. soulful bit of guitar playing. Oh, what's that reminding me of?
I'm so glad.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
So we get together every now and again. We get together. It's like a ritual of music, a ritual of love, a ritual of energy, a ritual of all these things.
You can hear the Yes DNA in here. So although the song initially doesn't sound like Yes, there's so many elements that are Yes being woven into it that actually it becomes a Yes song. The bass, John Anderson, then Steve Howe's sort of intricate but instantly recognisable sort of guitar parts. The top 40 of the greatest metal album of all time, as voted for by you, all of you, you, especially you several times. I know you did. You. Number one album of all time, as voted for by everybody. Well, listeners, readers, watchers, subs, non-subs, by the way, you can sub to the channel and get more stuff, is, of course it is, it's Master of Puppets. One album to rule them all, the master of all the others. It's Metallica, Master of Puppets, voted for by Kinger172, Ivan Vintenko, Brad Assad, Andy Fox, Dave A, Meow Meow, Johnny Likes, Gabby, Siren, Bayou Maccabee, Colin Olafson, Sleepwalker, Christopher Gavert, and Jim. Again, not me, a different Jim. Okay, so we're safe. We are safe. Right, here we go. Any ideas? Really quite unbelievable. Oh, it's springing to life. My goodness. You see, it is tour poster from Tool. Absolutely unbelievable. What an incredible piece of art that is. I need to get this framed. And then I can have it up on the wall over there, so it'll be in shot. Fantastic, thank you. Cyberdemon. And today, this is, I have to read this because I keep forgetting it, Nonagon Infinity. So interesting how different producers, different bands want to commit to record very, very different quality sound. This is quite lo-fi. Oh man, it's so good. Quite gritty. if that's saxophone being played through a guitar pedal, a wah-wah pedal. That's awesome. Hi, remember me? It's that Jim Newstead off YouTube. He used to make videos, you know. Chris Squire's made a conscious decision to have a quite different bass sound. Oh my god, this track of the album so far for me. This is amazing. The arpeggios in it. Bass. Come on. Hi, good morning. How you doing? It's Jim. It's Monday. Yay! Another week. We made it. Today, as you may have realised from the title of this video, we are listening to Chicago Transit Authority. Amazing fusion of different instruments together. I was expecting this to be sort of quite a sort of a rock album, a rock band, so like Bachman Turner Overdrive, that sort of thing. Is what I kind of thought. Today, we're going to be listening to the greatest prog album of all time, as voted for by you, and 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 you, 87 of you. 86. A lot. I know what's coming now. I didn't the first time. Oh. Oh, every time this gets me. Coming up to what I refer to as the rhubarb and custard bit. spectacle of their shows, the songs themselves, the sheer musicianship, everything that you, the audience, has told me about them has made me really, really want to see these guys live. And of course, when the opportunity arose, I'm absolutely, as fast as I could, I was getting tickets for this. So there's nothing that's going to stop me. And so I did. I managed to get tickets for the Tuesday show on the 10th of May at the O2 in London. Their show is amazing, and the total immersive experience of what you see, hear and feel is amazing. It was so loud, but absolutely clear as a bell. Brilliant. Oh yes, I nearly forgot to mention. They played Tempest. This music is so far out, it's untrue. This music is absolutely bonkers. It is really, really difficult to try and sort of find something to hold on to. So the rhythm is shifting and moving all the time. You think you've kind of got the handle on it at one stage, and it's kind of moved somewhere else. And the big problem is there's not one rhythm. There's not one rhythm being played. You have multiple rhythms being played over the top of each other. It's glorious. What a record. I had almost forgotten crumbling, crumbling, I don't want to be a crumbling castle. This is Igor, Spirituality and Distortion. This is a record that has been requested on numerous occasions by Anunnaki. I think what I mean is, when I say it sounds like it's made in a computer, they've used really heavy dance music production techniques and applied it to this sort of music. It's like patchwork music. Little bits all over the place. The only thing that's holding it together is the tempo. And you can sort of twiddle it about and manipulate it, and it just spurts out this insane sound from the other end. Stutter edit. Actually really quite good. Okay. That's quite Rush-like, isn't it? This couldn't be more different from the last album I listened to, which was Change We Must by John Anderson. This is very, very, very different. I love the simplicity of this. I really do. Completely different from Tool. I love the barely controlled noise, the chaos. It's just teetering on the edge. Wow. Wow. 2 more minutes yet. Not that I'm counting. Oh! Wow! Okay. Can you see? B. And every single track on here is in Latin. I don't know if it's sung in Latin, but certainly the titles are. So, number 1, Anime Partus. Number 2, Deus Nova. 3, Imago. 4, Pluvius Astrivus. Now, I have just plugged these into some little translator thing up here, so I can tell you what all these songs actually mean. So first of all, we have Anime Partus, the birth of the soul. Why don't they just say that, rather than trying to be all sort of arty-farty and learned about it? Well, I really, really, genuinely was not expecting this record to be like this at all. This feels almost like a Jethro Tull now. At times is threatening to be sort of heavy Dream Theater in that sort of territory, but it doesn't quite do it. I mean, not on this side yet, anyway. But it's reminding me. It's got very lofty ambitions, I think, this record, and it's got some really, really interesting moments on here. I thought I'd come outside I'll go for a walk. I'm sitting next to a beautiful lake. You can't really see it on here, but I will just twist this around so perhaps you can see here in the background. So I thought that would be quite nice. New segment I want to do, break time, coffee break. I haven't got coffee. So this is the first one. I'm going to listen to Awaken from Yes. Wow.
To the rhythm of love. To the rhythm of love. The rhythm of love.
That's an interesting guitar sound. Although the drums are very, very heavily compressed and have a very 1980s sound to them, they don't quite sound so artificial as they did on the previous album. They sound a little bit more natural on here. I think that helps a bit. This, for me, is on a different level to 90215. I guess that was, yes, reinventing themselves and introducing this new sound to everybody. But by now, I think perhaps they are comfortable with it. They are really sort of getting relaxed and letting go and really just sort of happy to experiment with the sound and to sort of and to own it. I love what Ian Mosley's doing here with the drums. That hi-hats. Is Edge in the house? It's you too. Oh, fantastic! This is a brilliant record. Absolutely brilliant. It is so U2 though. The Moody Blues with Days of Future Past. So that is what we are going to do. You saw that I had this in the collection, that I haven't listened to it yet. I have given it a proper good clean this morning, and hopefully it's all going to work, all going to be okay. So fingers crossed, we've got a good record.
What should be done? Problem solved. Time cannot be won. One a day.
This is very, very definitely firmly planted in 1960s pop. It really does. It sounds like a Hollywood film score. It's very, very good. Did the band write this music? Or did they have a lot of help with it? I know it's got the London Festival Orchestra playing this. But I wonder who actually orchestrated it.
I can show you. I can show you in the court of the kings and crim. Oh, but do not make a sound. No one can hear it. I can show you red. But you must not listen to it. It is not allowed. Lark's tongue in aspic. To hear the sounds of these magical pieces is forbidden. It cannot happen. But what no one can do is to stop me from talking. Talking about the record. But no, because that would somehow describe the music to you, and it may well be infringing some sort of copyright, so I cannot possibly do that. Absolutely not. Personnel. So who played on this incredible, magical record? Let me tell you. Robert Fripp. He strummed and plucked and played guitar. Ian MacDonald. Reeds, woodwind, vibes, blowing things. Keyboards, mellotron, and vocals. Craig Lake, he of the band that you may well have heard of, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Yes, it is he. He plucks a bass guitar. Boom. That might have been one note too many. I hope I don't get a copyright strike. So many people talk to me in the comments about listening to Awaken performed with Todd Mobile. I don't think I'm quite ready for the emotional gut punch this is going to be.
Songs cast a light on you. Heart through dark ties, the tunnel is out of sane existence. He challenges direct as eyes see young stars assemble. Astral light or pure chance as it is, fast divided in only circling ball. A close guided man. Yes, a whipping in our hearts. Astral soul, set to touch all impenetrable. Ask away. Get back in contact. With all its clear. Be honest with yourself. There's no doubt, no doubt.
Don't cry, Jim. Don't cry. Come on. You can do this. Quite exciting as well. So, I'm sure you know this record cover. It is quite a good thing. So, gatefold. Voila. And what do we have on here? Well, that's a very good question, Jim. What do we have on here? I can't tell you because I can't see. Because my eyesight is so flipping bad. It's getting terrible. I'm turning into such an old man. Fantastic. There we go. Yeah, really, really, really interesting. Sort of side of music. It's Genesis. I mean, it's interesting and experimental, and it's playing all over the place. I think the standout for here, I mean, there's so many standouts, but Phil Collins' drumming is amazing. I don't think he gets the props that he ought to as a drummer. So I think that amongst those who know, they do rate him, but most people just know him from that sort of in the air tonight thing, which is kind of that is not the peak of his drumming. I can tell you.
It's Monday. Seems a funny old time to be making videos about music, in all honesty. But I think we need music. I think we do. And in light of that, we need to move on with some more Yes.
That's what you say. Could it really happen to you?
Breathless. Got your cards, got your presents, got your flowers, got your chocolates. Whatever it is you need to be getting, you've done. I thought I'd celebrate Valentine's Day by listening to some Genesis. Selling England by the pound. Ron, you've been very insistent about this, as have a lot of people. There's a big hole, a Genesis-shaped hole on the channel. And I've got quite a few of these records, which I've been collecting over the last year, 18 months or so. It's knackered and old, so it's going to be scratchy as hell, but it's...
Our dino songs urge the sailors on till used by the sirens' cry.
We've got flute, okay. Ah, Mr. Gabriel. Oh, that's lovely. Oh my god. You can't just bury a song like this in the middle of an album. Oh man. You remember this? Well, you don't. I was starting to do this last week. This is Turn of the Cards by Renaissance. And as I started to record it, I got about 2 or 3 minutes into the first song. I realised it was in an absolutely terrible, terrible state. It was filthy dirty, and the amount of noise coming off the record was awful. So I got the cleaning kit out and started to clean it, which I probably should have done anyway. And then I thought, well, when I've got it out, I'll clean all these other records as well. And then tragedy! I dropped The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, one of the discs, and it shattered. So I've had to get a new one. Anyway, that's not what this is today. This is Turn of the Cards from Renaissance.
Dreams and omens of my future, like a sculpture's finely molded. Stars that guide my destiny, tell me what I will be, a chart unfolded.
Absolutely brilliant. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. Oh. Right. Hi, welcome back to side 3, part 3 of An Hour Before It's Dark, the new album from Marillion. This was delivered by the postman at the end of last week on Friday. I've yet to listen to anything other than side 1 and side 2, which we've already done. So this is now side 3. So this is, I think, I understand, like the not necessarily even necessarily the highlight, but it's the big song. It's the big one. This is an entire side called Care.
Heroes in this world, working while we're all sleeping. She wrapped her arms around me. He wrapped his arms around me. She wrapped her arms around me. He wrapped his arms around
So there we have it, the top 30 rundown, your favourite videos of mine from 2022. I was going to say, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm sure you have, because you voted for it. So I think for the first time ever, there's as much chance of this being a liked video as ever. I have just pulling this all together for the last week or so. There's a lot of work gone into this particular video today. I had no idea, I don't think, of the volume of stuff that we've listened to on the channel, the breadth and the diversity of the music, and the sheer amount of videos that we've listened to, or made rather, music that we've collectively listened to. It's staggering. It's absolutely staggering. And to sort of kind of back that up a little bit, I have here, came through as an email last week from YouTube, my 2022 snapshot. And this kind of backs up a lot of what's been going on here today. So, as of the end of 2022, or last week, this channel this channel this year has received 734,100 views, 5.5 million minutes of content watched. You've liked 37,500 times. There are nearly 3,200 new subscribers in 1 year. Oh, man alive. And the top video for the whole year actually coincides very well with what we've just been listening to on here. It was side 3 of An Hour Before It's Dark by Marillion, which has got 16,749 views. Ah, man, it's just staggering. Absolutely staggering. I cannot thank you enough. I cannot thank you, the audience, for listening to the music with me, for enabling me to do this, to share this journey, because it's an epic journey. It really is. And I think without your help, probably 85-90% of the music that is on the channel, I would never have heard, never have listened to. Thank you so much. If I don't talk to you again before the end of the year, I wish you a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year if you celebrate these things. If you don't, well, I hope you have a good few days. I'm sure I'll make another video or two, but you may not watch them, so I'm just wishing you a happy Christmas now, and I'll see you all in 2023. So, until the next video, whenever and whatever that is, this is Jim, over and out.